Is this thing on?
Oh my god, when your intro takes forever. Hi everyone and welcome to Uncensored Radio this week. Let's count them as they pop up. We have one co-host.
One
We have
homosexual.
two
Hey!
co-hosts. We have three co-hosts. We've got four. We've got five. We've got 6. Oh, and that's right. We have 7 bitches in the house tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this week's UCR Live. It has been super fun to see everyone. But we've got to start with someone who we haven't seen in a hot minute. Ladies and gentlemen, she's back with us. The famous Miss Katrina A. Johnson from Nickelodeon's All That, also recently featured on TMZ. How are you, baby doll?
Hi. Oh, I am good.
Long time no see.
I know. I was vacationing. I went to Greece. Had to get on a yacht. Had to, hang out with some Greek gods. Had to do the things, but I'm back.
She's back and she's fresh and she's feeling the life.
Yes.
Where are you? North Dakota?
Yes, I'm in North Dakota, and I just realized, I am in the middle of nowhere. I tried to order some wine. I couldn't order any. People don't deliver. I just wanted some wine and some sweatpants, and I couldn't get any. The nearest
Don't
Victoria's
we all
Secret
just want wine and sweatpants?
is
right?
75 miles away. So I'm calling you from the sticks.
At least they've got all right internet in the sticks, right?
Thank goodness. Yes.
All right. Well, better than Jeffrey Emmett sometimes. Jeffrey Emmett, how are you today, my leader and liege?
Well, I am sitting inside the spare bedroom that I started making a bunk bed a week ago, and yeah, it's still sitting there because I got pissed off. And then I had to go and I had to take one of my True 10 gummies by Perez Hilton. And then while I was going to bed, I listened to Mantra Dreaming by Katie Underwood. And then I went and pre-ordered her new little ditty. I think we're calling it K-Bow. And It's called Broken Hearted. You can pre-order it on iTunes. You have to actually go to iTunes. You can't, if you have Apple Music, it won't work there. You got to go over to iTunes. So make sure you pre-order that. It's dropping October 15th. And I could just...
We've got to make sure that we support our girl Katie Underwood because she's bringing out music for the fans, and that's what we love. How is the lovely Luke today? He's with us.
Look, I am. I've had a bit of fun today, but we'll talk about that later because we talked to someone very, very special and interesting.
So I don't know if I'd go that far. I'm just kidding.
You would go that far.
Oh, you would go far.
We probably went a little bit too far, but that's okay.
Look, this is how we roll, man.
I got moist.
Yeah, no, I'm doing good.
That's good.
I blended out my virus, but it's all right.
Sounds interesting. How is our vivacious Vera today?
I got my uncensored radio.
Oh,
You'll
she's
need
on it.
Drink coaster, red bubble.
Oh, she
I
has.
didn't get all of my stuff. I didn't get my. I'm chubby and I get nervous.
For any of our brand new merchandise, you can visit. You can visit our Redbubble store at www.redbubble.com/people/capital UCR live /shop. We got coasters, we got everything. We've got where is it? We've got shirts. I got some shirts. I got some pictures where we've got, of course, the famous catchphrase. I think there's a few technical difficulties going on today, Ace. It's not just you, trust me. I can't find this shirt. There we go. We have, of course, various versions of how many quarters.
That's my favorite.
How many quarters?
Does your stranger wood measure up?
Yes. My favorite is this one though. You can't go past the Stranger Wood shirt, guys.
I love
if you want us on Stranger Wood,
I love it.
It's
so good.
I live for it. Okay,
You get like little
you're
chiffon
here.
tops, Kitty, too.
You're here. How are you, honey?
Hello. I am good. How is everybody?
That looks
We're
dope.
great. We're ready to go.
Vera, I don't have my I'm chubby and I get nervous shirt yet either, so it's okay.
Oh, she
We'll
sounds
get
so
it.
sad.
I know. She sounds sad
it's
about it.
weird.
Mr. Dillon Cody's
I
back
really
in the
am.
house. How are you?
Oh, I feel like shit. Honestly, I was like Tuesday. I kind of felt like something was coming on during the round table, and so honestly, I feel like crap. But I'm fighting through it. I've been drinking nothing but herbal teas and chicken broth all day, so I am
he's a good
slugging
boy.
through it.
That's
Look,
why
if
you
you-
still feel like shit, honey. When you're sick, you gotta drink it out with some liquor. You know what I'm saying? Like vodka cures everything.
I don't. All I got are Heinekens, man. Like I ain't really got much to work with here.
Well, that's a start.
Right.
Heineken and NyQuil. Boom.
Yeah, I don't want.
That's just a sleep remedy, isn't it, Kat?
Maybe
Honey,
it's
yeah.
just,
Is that even
my-
allowed?
I don't think so.
Will I get high? It's the only question I got.
I think so.
What, from one of these?
Yes, of course. We're
You
about
will
to talk
not
about
get
it.
high.
We're
I-
about
I-
to talk about
I
it. Yeah,
took
you
one
won't
a
get
little bit
high.
ago and I feel
So
fabulous.
Dillon was on his first round table, as was the
Those
lovely
numbers.
Heidi this week. How did
Hi.
you survive? You felt like you survived the round table?
Oh, I survived with ease, my friend. It was lovely. It was really nice to hear real, personal talk. Yeah,
That's the whole thing. So you ready to play again this week?
absolutely.
She's
Anytime.
always ready. If you're born ready, you don't have to get ready. Isn't that right, girl?
Exactly.
Okay, so we've got a little bit of a special announcement today. Jeffrey, Miss Kitty, Luke, and I have been busy little beavers this evening, wherever you are in the world, and we have sat down with a very interesting guest. Now, you may love this person, you may hate this person, but there is no denying that in the early 2000s, they were the zeitgeist through which celebrity flowed. Before TMZ, before Radar Online, there was only Mr. Perez Hilton.
I just need to know, Mr.
Oh
Perez Hilton,
shit!
how many
Oh my God.
quarters? How many quarters are we working with?
You're literally asking me my penis size?
Well,
Yes,
that's
but
where
in
they're
quarters.
going.
I've measured it, so I know the exact measurement.
And if you want to know more, you'll have to tune in next Tuesday when Perez Hilton joins Uncensored Radio.
we got
It was
the
a trip,
deets.
right?
We
It was a
asked
trip,
important
right?
questions. How big
And we
is
got
it,
the
bro?
answers. Yep.
We
We
did.
sure did.
Perez is not shy.
Luke, I saw your eyes kind of twinkle when he gave the answer.
Little bit. And
I
then
know
like
on
I
the
clenched
inside.
a little too.
I
But you
felt
know.
butterflies in my stomach, and I'm like,
Let's just
You
put
know?
it this way. He's Cuban, so figure that out yourself. So yeah, big announcement. Perez Hilton will be on the podcast next week. It was a great chat. It was a lot of fun. He was very gracious with his time. It's a short and sweet one, but it is one you'll definitely want to watch.
And Jeffrey likes to eat gummies live on the air.
The
You get to see. Does he get crazy? Does he stay normal? Who knows?
Fet is
it
impressed,
kind of
guys.
looks like a vagina, doesn't
Holy
it?
fucking shit. I don't know.
Wow.
That's a
I don't know
lot-
what
that's a-
vaginas you're looking at, Jack.
That's it. That's a very
I
wide
mean,
set
mine
vagina.
doesn't do that.
Why does it-
Neither.
That's not
Not
true.
even in a wind tunnel. No, no.
Guys, I just did
no.
my own kitty. I just did my own kitty growl then.
Why did it look like that?
I was about to say, mine only does that when I sneeze. But, you know.
Well, you have had kids. I mean, come on.
Is it like
But Brooke, do you have gummies inside of it? That's what we need to know. Do you have
No,
gummies?
No, I'm
inside?
not. I'm not a dispenser, Luke. Holy shit.
It's more like a super soaker moment. Achoo!
You spitting out. Listen, my biggest obsession for years was I've always wanted one of my girlfriends to get a ping pong ball and shoot it out of her vagina at me. And nobody has done. Oh, will you do it for me, Brooke?
Why don't we just take a trip to Thailand?
Yes,
Why?
because they have the whole skill set. They do the whole show.
Oh my
Exactly.
God.
They
It's
just
a
Listen,
rely-
but-
yeah, they take like live goldfish out, birds,
It takes
and
years of
knives and
practice.
shit.
Listen,
Years
I
of
feel like
practice.
it's
Yeah. Have you not seen, there's like live little canaries up in the
and they
Kuswana.
shoot-
No, I have
the
not. I've not
balloons.
seen a bird. No.
Yeah,
Oh,
kitty.
what
I
about the
have
dog
kitty.
show?
I saw a little budgie come out and went, wee.
And then they fly around the room.
I'm free.
Legit. Goldfish into fish bowls.
Okay. So I have questions.
I have lots
What
of
if
questions.
the little sweet little innocent budgie, first of all, can smell? That would be very bad, probably. Also, what if it needs to use the restroom while it's
And you've
in
got
there?
a shitty puss.
How does he go back to his nest after he's been in someone's vagina?
They've
I'm
been
sure the other
trained.
birds can smell it.
So warm.
I'd say stinky and traumatized, Vera. That's how he goes back. Stinky and
Yeah.
traumatized.
Mhm.
That's
Girl,
it. That's all I
you better-
got.
And
You-
probably slimy.
I feel like that's
We
it.
gotta
I feel
shoot
like
it
that's a
out.
new shirt, right? Stinky, slimy, and
Stinky and
traumatized. on Sensor
traumatized.
Radio.
Girl, you better cover up your Pikachu.
Oh, you better.
That bird might want to talk to you.
So that
All right.
settles it. We're going to Thailand.
So we are going. We're taking a trip to Thailand if we can. All right, ladies and gentlemen, shall we do it? Shall we get into it? The lady herself is here.
Here,
So
I
let's
know.
jump into this week.
Hot load of hot topics.
She's so proud, aren't you, Kitty?
Oh man, I
So
hope my
proud.
family never sees that.
I know, right? I know. Or anything to do with this show, really,
Pretty
right?
much, yeah.
All right. I want to talk about this one first because it's kind of a bit of a what the fuck is going on with the world moment. If we didn't think it was like crazy enough, Dog the Bounty Hunter is shopping a new show about the hunt for Brian Laundrie. So, is this what's going on in the world that we can't rely on the FBI, but we can rely on Dog the Bounty Hunter?
But he
Honestly.
hasn't found anybody yet. We
But
can't rely on him
I feel
either.
like he's doing more than everybody else. And a friend of mine just
he wasn't out
commented,
there in the gator infested thing today.
well, yeah, he was up in the Appalachians finding stuff. But a friend of mine said, listen, if Dog the Bounty Hunter finds this guy, I'm going to stop paying taxes.
Right?
And I'm with you on that one. Forget the
Facts,
taxes.
man.
If we have to rely
Fucking
on Dog to
facts.
get it done.
But if he finds him, he's got that show will sell. He'll get a
Oh,
shit ton of
definitely.
money.
Definitely. But the thing is, he's not sharing any of the information he finds out with the FBI anyway.
Well,
So anything that he like this whole case has gone fucking
You think
I see
insane.
just fine with that.
You think for a minute the FBI doesn't have his phone tapped?
I don't know if they
That's a good
care.
point.
They don't want to be embarrassed.
Oh yeah, he's probably an informant.
Yeah.
But this is the thing. Now, Dog's daughter has gone to the
I don't think they
media and
really
said
care about
it's,
embarrassment.
it's all bullshit. The Dog's daughter's like, it's all a lie. Don't believe my father. It's all bullshit. And now, Brian Laundrie's neighbors have started selling spots on their lawn for media.
Wow.
You know,
Yeah.
hey,
what a
can I
great
tell you-
idea.
you
Look,
can't
I can
rely
imagine
on-
that is something that this man might do.
Absolutely. Listen, I'm always like, if I die in a grueling way, you all bitches better get on the Today Show. Start talking some shit, start a GoFundMe for the kids, and get this show to stop. You know what I'm saying? Fuck.
I'm down.
Yes.
I mean,
do.
Jeffrey has had run-ins with Fox News before, so it's not unusual.
Listen, Fox News was fine, okay?
They
It was
loved him.
Newsmax that was the problem with the dude who wasn't even listening to the answers that I was giving him. Like, he was a fucking moron. He looked like the Botox was affecting his brain a little too much.
It happens sometimes. It be like that.
It'd be like that. Luke, what do you think about Dog the Bounty Hunter getting involved in this?
I think that it's just all for entertainment now. Like, this has become a circus, and it's just happening just to, to keep. It's just keeping this, media storm going now, right? Like, it's just been one big crazy story from start to finish. So this is just the next logical step in this complete media circus.
I mean, yeah, like, it's not like anyone got murdered, right, Vera?
Somebody's dead. That's our Matrix. Is anybody dead? Yes, then it's kind of important.
I mean, yeah, like, we're forgetting that this girl was brutally murdered.
I still have faith in the FBI. I'm not putting my chips in dog's basket.
I don't know. I don't know. It just seems really, really icky now, right, Brooke? Like, it's getting gross. It's getting grosser as it goes along.
It is getting grosser, and I don't like Dog. I only watch the show for his wife with the big titties. But,
she died.
I know she did. I was so upset. But I was only in it for the titties. But look, if Dog can find him and the FBI can't, then I hope somebody hurts him first. I don't care. It's turning into a circus, and it's not. Yeah.
Like,
Well, if
I can't.
Swamp.
Sorry.
A gator's gonna get him.
I can't believe the dude's still alive.
Well,
right?
they said he lived for his own in the Appalachian Mountains with the gators for 3 months, randomly by choice.
Okay. I don't know what that has to do with anything. But the titties, not the titties, not the Appalachian Mountains.
It's there.
Dylan,
What the hell?
Dylan, Cody,
What the hell?
could you live alone in the Appalachian Mountains?
No, I could probably barely survive in the hood. That's why I live out in the country. So I don't really know what the hell everyone's getting at. Listen to me. Listen to me. I'm not built for the country. I'm literally built for suburban America. Okay. I want a mall, a Wegmans, and a gas station within walking distance. I'm not trying to deal with no lions, no tigers, no bears, and especially no motherfucking gators. Okay, I saw a video today of a gator trying to eat a small puppy, and I cried for 5 minutes. Okay,
Wait, did you guys? I don't have the video.
I want a Starbucks down the fucking street.
I don't have the video, but did you guys see the crocodile eating the other crocodile?
Oh no, I didn't.
Oh yes, I saw that.
Oh
that
my
was
God.
beautiful.
This thing
so
is
good.
fucking huge. I'll find it and post it
That
on the
was
page.
crazy.
It's
I
so
was
good.
Wild.
busy.
But Heidi,
reading-
Do it.
I
That
wanna
video's
know.
fucking wild.
Do you think we've gone past the point where this is about Gabby Petito at all anymore?
Oh god.
Yeah, absolutely. It's purely entertainment at this point. Like, the fact that they brought in Dog the Bounty Hunter in the first place was not only iconic for entertainment behavior, but just it massive question mark for me. I was like, sorry, what? Like, I beg your pardon? The FBI
I'm not really sure anybody brought Dog.
Yeah, I don't think Dog just.
I don't think anybody
No, it's a good
invited
point,
him or
Vera.
his bad hair. I think he just showed
He
up.
kind of like just stood up and went, I volunteer as tribute when no one asked.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
It's not like Christopher
Very
Reeves
that. Very
calling
I don't
him
think it was
Dog.
even that. I
Okay.
feel like he just literally just told the FBI, "Why don't you guys go home? Let me handle it."
Yeah.
Mhm.
Because I'm Dog.
There's
I'm a
no
bounty hunter.
Dog the Bounty Hunter bat phone at the FBI.
The
He just looks-
bounty hunter.
He just looks like he would never be really fully clean.
Is
know what I
he
mean?
from
It looks
Florida?
like he smells.
There'd be an odor.
Yeah.
He looks,
looks like
yeah, he
he
looks
looks like an
Floridian.
STD.
Florida.
He looks Floridian,
On
doesn't he?
bath salts for
You
sure.
can smell him. His picture.
Just the hairspray alone, I think, would be too much. The hairspray alone to get
I think that
man
his mullet
Yeah,
should have its own
facts.
Facebook.
I bet
His
you
mullet's
It
he
incredible.
should.
came from the best trailer park his state had to offer.
Well, look, Dog is no stranger to controversy, and neither is this next man. Whew! Dave Chappelle has released a new special, and it has pissed some folks off.
Mhm.
I'm going to go straight to Dylan because he blew up our chat and was like, so Dylan, You go.
Yeah, man. Okay. Listen up, people, because I'm only going to say this once. Comedy must exist outside of your fucking ideologies. For the love of God, please stop coming after this man. Because there's two things I'm going to say right now. Number one, if you don't feel like watching it, that's fine. You don't have to watch the whole thing at all. I implore you to watch the last 10 minutes of that special. Because not only did I have to go back and rewatch it 3 times, I cried. I never cried at Dave fucking Chappelle. Okay? That's something that never happens. This dude, I understand that everyone is poking attention at the turf joke. I understand that, but I don't think that it is appropriate to criticize this guy and you're only pointing out 5 minutes of what was simply a small little transition to what really was the last 25, 30 minutes of the whole special. Not only that, but the first 20 minutes of the whole special addressed to shit that literally is never brought up in debate. In particular, the relationship between the Black community and the LGBTQ community and the disparity between that. There are so many things that he prompted in this special that it wasn't even much like a comedy. It was really more of a discourse he was giving into what has happened in his life and the experiences that he has had in his life. And what kind of pisses me off is that instead of drawing attention to Daphne and how beautiful of a woman she was and how much he cared about her as a person and then grew to respect her and treat her as an equal, and the fact that this woman was not only just bullied to death, she killed herself because of it. And that broke my fucking heart, that someone was driven to the point of wanting to end their life by abuse of people on social media that maybe were even a part of her, that really were part of the same community. I bet all the money in my pocket. So I understand that Dave Chappelle and the things that he said in this special were crazy. I'm not going to be the first one to deny that. But Dave Chappelle has been saying crazy shit since the day he dropped on HBO. And if you think this is wild, you should go back and watch the Chappelle Show. If you think this is wild, you should go back on the Peacock streaming service and go watch 80s and 90s Saturday Night Live, because you might rip your fucking hair out. There is so much content that a comedian has available to them, but it must exist you can't let your ideologies interfere with the performance they're trying to give. I understand you're going to get offended. You have every right to be offended when it's some shit about you. Okay? Because I think what really pissed a lot of people off is that Dave Chappelle brought up some shit about them, and particularly in that community, and they weren't that comfortable with that, because now their shit's getting aired out by a guy who, honestly, in all honest opinion, should not even be famous right now. This guy took on white corporate America and walked away from a $50 million deal, left that shit on the table, and still came back and is still on the top of his game. He's one of the most respected comedians in the business. And not only that, he's one of the most respected Black comedians in the Black community. We understand this guy ruffles feathers, but that's his job. He wants you to think. He wants to prompt you. He wants to engage you. And I also love that at the end of his special, he said, from this point forward, I will no longer do jokes about the LGBTQ community until we can both laugh together. And I think that was the most incredible part of that whole entire experience watching him, that he had the humility to admit that he is a little out of pocket talking about this stuff on stage, especially when people can't vibe with him. So I would again implore people, before you comment about what you think he is as a person, watch, and more importantly, listen to what he says, because that team turf joke, that bit turned into something completely different than what you're reading on CNN or whatever you're reading, these articles that are disparaging it. There is so much more to this special than what's being reported. And if you don't cry at the end, I'm just saying, just watch that last 10 minutes, it's going to change your perspective. And you're going to understand this guy is not the enemy you think he is. Okay?
Vera
I
has
understand
feelings.
he's abrasive. I understand this
I
guy's
have
not
lots of
liked.
feelings.
But you
Vera
need
has
to,
feelings.
you need to come to him and really listen to what this dude is saying.
I want to hear Vera's feelings. Oh,
I gotta
Go.
tell you.
Okay, go.
I'm not disagreeing with anything Dillon said, but I don't want you to watch 10 minutes. I want you to watch the whole thing. I said this on air a couple of different times. Nothing's really sacred if it's funny. And you've got to have room to make a joke. And if you can't bring these things into the light, you can't discuss them. We can't fix a problem if we won't talk about it. That being said, he does make a few off-color remarks. He knows it, and he does it to prompt, discussion. But the thing that he was saying, and he's always said, is that the Black community, the people of color, are the bottom of the hill, and everybody's been punching down on them forever. And the point he was trying to make is, I don't want to punch down on the LGBTQ, but you got to stop punching down on the people of color. And I think that was a really valid point. And he did take all show to get it, but if you saw the special after George Floyd, he took the whole show to get there too.
but if you look, it's important to note it's not just him. There's Hannah Gatsby is a very infamous infamous comedian in Australia, and her last special on the net was her second last special. The net was not a comedy show. Heidi's nodding. She can talk about it.
I was obsessed because it comes from such a. I actually went to the show. Fun fact, and you go into it expecting comedy, and it took a 180, and it was the most incredible thing I had ever seen. She literally had everyone gasping from their seats, and it was like, did she really say that? Oh my god, she's right. Like, just the push and pull of her not giving a damn of what anyone thought. She was like, this is fact, take it or leave it. You're sitting here, if you believe like this, you're an asshole. Like, it was you have to watch that one. If you're gonna watch watch Nanette. It is mind-blowing
because she's very
mind-blowing.
She's copped a lot of flack for it not being comedy, it being more I guess you would call it a monologue, but it all has a point. She outlays her sexual abuse story, she outlays mental health issues, and she does it in a way that you go, oh holy shit, this is not what I came in for. But at the end, like there's a lot of anger there's a lot of all of that kind of thing going on, but it's something that once you watch it, you go, oh, okay, I get it. And comedy, even though it's funny, should always have a message behind, well, good comedy, not like, my beer, my truck, my whatever. Good comedy should make you think, right? Right, guys?
Right.
That's what we're trying to do. We're trying to make people think. We're trying to make people think. And laugh, every now and then. And then, like, realize how old we are as well. Because
no, we don't want that.
This week, guys, Beverly Hills 90210 premiered October 4th, 1990. 31 years ago. What
That's crazy.
Actual fuck. Jeffrey Emmett is going to talk about this. Look at him.
I am. I'm like, I was ready to
You love 90210, bitch.
But you just moved the fuck on. Listen, Beverly Hills 90210, I loved it. I loved the reboot that was meta, that people just were too fucking stupid to understand what it was. I thought it was great. I'm just saying, I say that with love. If you didn't fucking get it, you're a moron. Right? Like, what did you not get? They gave us everything we needed out of that reboot, right? They put the actual actors together from the show and gave us all the things we needed. And if you couldn't comprehend that, well, then fuck off.
I mean, it gave us Shannon Doherty. Come on.
And it had her back, right? And Emily Valentine. And
the world would not be okay.
And he didn't beat up Tori Spelling. It was great.
All right, Kitty, I want to know if you know any of these folks, because they would have been floating around the same time as you. Mighty Ducks is some fucking bizarre amount of old as well now.
Do you have any Mighty Duck stories?
I
They were
know a
Disney
Mighty
kids.
Duck.
Oh no! Look, because I was Nickelodeon. I was too cool to roll with those Disney kids.
Well, Keenan was a Mighty Duck, so
Yeah,
I know
he
him.
was. He was. Are you all that?
I was actually out to brunch the other day in
Oh.
Orange County, California.
As you
and my friend Kat and I were there at this True Foods Kitchen, which is like a healthy place, but they have alcohol, so not too healthy. But like you could mix your green juice with some vodka if you need to. Anyway, we're there having brunch, and right across the bar from us is this like buff man buffet. And I was like, Kat, who is that? Who are these like beautiful buff men? Beautiful buff man buffet. All you can eat man buffet. And she's like, I don't know. I'm going to go find out. I go, I'll give you $20 if you get a number. She went over there and she's like, hi, my friend just got out of jail right there, the blonde. And she pointed at me and I was like, ah! And she just thought you guys were really hot. And can we get your number? And I didn't know what she said. So she said I was out of jail. And I'm like, hi. Turns out they were the players of the Mighty Ducks. Not the movie, but like the real ones, the hockey players. They don't live too far away from me. We got a couple numbers, and they thought I was just out of jail.
Well, look.
So that happened. I don't know if that's true.
Kat would let them in her flying V, by the sounds of it. Like,
yeah, I would. Mm-hmm.
I need to mention. One of the. This is a glow up of the century. Aaron Schwartz from Mighty Ducks.
Oh, yeah.
Hold up, it gets better. Motherfucker. That was just for some eye candy. I have no other reason. No other reason.
Back up.
This one?
I feel like his tits
Jeffrey
are
needs
kinda
at least
saggy.
3 more minutes with that photo.
I feel like his tits droop.
No,
Like,
I think
something's not right with his
I think
tits.
it's just move, Jeff. I know
You can tell he was fat. I'm just.
It was. I don't care. He could be fat all over me.
It does nothing for me.
Well, I don't really care what you all think because do you know what? Fucking Whoopi's that kid. Sister Act 3 is happening.
Jeffrey.
It officially has a director and everything.
Are we sure?
We lost Dillon.
Yeah. He's coming back. He's
Jeffrey,
coming back.
how do
He's
you
having
feel
some
about
I
issues.
don't know that Whoopi's gonna make it because
No.
she got fat shamed today on The View by that chick from whatchamacallit. And then I looked and I was like, well, like she has put on a few pounds over COVID.
Like
She's
Whoopi
got
Goldberg
sciatic.
gives
She's got a thing wrapped
fuck.
around her. She's using a cane. I'm a little worried. Like, how's she gonna beat Dolores?
Like Whoopi cares. Whoopi
She's
don't
gotta
care.
she's gotta pass the baton or the cane, as the case may be.
What? Yeah, I reckon there's going to be
gotta
like some
pick
kind
some
of
other one
next
to,
generation, maybe
pass
like
it on
Tiffany
to.
Haddish or someone like that. Like it'll be, this is a new nun that's coming. Yeah, like you know what I mean? It's going to be the passing of the baton movie.
She'd be
So they can keep-
phenomenal.
Tiffany Haddish would be amazing. Could you imagine Tiffany Haddish?
She'd be phenomenal. Oh my gosh.
She
I
would
love
be
her.
phenom. But there's just weird shit going on
Tiffany
in the
Haddish or
world.
Leslie Jones are my top two picks.
Or both.
Leslie Jones.
Or what's her name? What's her name from Scary Movie that played Brenda? Regina Hall. Regina Hall.
Oh.
I demand Regina Hall. Let's talk about the bizarre world that we live in, because guys, Shakira was attacked by a wild pig.
I was nowhere near her.
It wasn't her ex-boyfriend.
Your hips don't lie.
So apparently she was walking in the park, and there's been horrible problems with wild boars. They attacked her, took her bag, and destroyed her phone.
They've been unionizing with the magpies.
So specific. Kat, I feel like that's something that might happen to you, but
Really?
it's so oddly specific. You get into all kinds of shit, girl. The stories
That's
you
true,
have.
but I stay away from animals for the most part. That is not my jam. I'm not trying
No.
to hang out with a pig. Although I did a show with one once and we fed it beer. It liked beer. That's all.
And we've all dated a few, right?
You were on a show with
that
a
I
pig.
claim.
Oh, what was that? Rebuttal, Jeffrey?
You were on a show with a pig, and she was quite the bitch. And I unfortunately had the privilege of working with her, and she was quite the I'm just saying. That bitch would sniff out a dick like it was a piece of fucking meat.
Like it was a truffle. Like it was a truffle.
Oh my god. We're naming and shaming former
Just
co-stars
saying.
today. We're naming and shaming. Luke, you look genuinely shocked then. I don't think Luke's
no,
been
because
genuinely shocked for a while.
I know who
Savage.
he's talking about, and I was just like,
Savage.
"Whoa!" Like
Some of
too
it, yes.
soon, Jeffrey, too soon.
If you've if you've
So-
listened to the show for a while, I
Did
think
she
you can
die?
go back and figure out who that is.
If it sounds like Lisa,
Look at Kat.
Jeffrey.
Kat has to leave the call now.
You know
She's
what?
like,
you have to leave Jeffrey alone.
I ain't in it,
today.
Lisa. I ain't in it.
He's-
I ain't in it.
He's under the
ain't in
influence of CBD.
yeah, he is. He is under the.
I'm all sorts of
relaxed.
relaxed, and I don't care.
All right, Brooke, do you believe Shakira's pig attack story?
I loved it. I loved it. I especially loved that little bit at the end where she told her child not to lie. I really did get attacked by a pig.
I know.
I nearly
She's like,
died. I'm like, what the fuck? The kid's going, Mum didn't get attacked by a pig. She got drunk and dropped their fucking phone. She's like, don't lie. I got attacked by a pig.
Brooke, do you think she was bored?
Oh my God, Jeffrey, just don't. That is the worst.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I
No.
just got that then.
Somebody-
You're welcome.
Listen to me.
Steve,
That's
just
great.
mute Jeffrey for the rest of the show. Just mute him. No more Jeffrey. No more Jeffrey.
After that joke, you get fucking.
Why does
nothing.
this story have a Jussie Smollett vibe to it?
It's just, yeah, I know, right? I invented this hoax.
I'm
Alright.
gonna go with Steve.
We're gonna jump to. I don't know where to go. It's, everything. All right, we'll go cringe. We'll keep going with cringe.
Okay.
For the more cringe. Demi Lovato
Why
has
would
decided.
you-
Demi Lovato has decided to contact aliens by singing their own song.
Oh, I can't.
What the actual
I
fuck?
can't.
Is she in the
The
Church of
big
Scientology
Jesus.
now?
Well, first of all, we are gender fluid now, so we have to
Why?
say
They.
they.
Oh, what
But how
the
fucking
ever.
like I love Demi
Like
the
all he ever
vocalist.
made.
I think that Demi the vocalist is like a voice of once in a generation voice.
Oh yeah.
Can sing the house down.
Are you
but
on the gummies?
should not be allowed on social media because everything that happens is directly happening to them. How vain must you be to think that extraterrestrial life wants to hear your single from 2015? Like, oh, I know how to she's like, sorry. I watched the clip and it's like, oh, they've got trauma. I've got trauma too. I think I should sing to them.
Maybe she needs a conservatorship.
Wouldn't be bad.
I was about to say, somebody hook that girl out with Britney Spears' dad. Let's just
Demi
fuck that
Spears
right
is
up
looking
now.
for a job. I'm just saying. Demi, get my
Oh,
call.
for God's sake! Why
Now,
does it sound like a fucking fucked up
Heidi.
Disney movie?
You would have
Yeah.
grown up with Debbie in like,
Yeah.
Camp Rock and all that.
Camp
So-
Rock, yeah.
What do you think of lovely Debbie these days?
I think
Go on,
she's-
Brooke.
like there is nothing. There's no substance up there. She's lost the plot. She's
There's some
genuinely lost
substance
the
up
fucking
there,
plot.
up here.
Well, she died.
There's
She was
substance up here.
no, she died from it.
It's
Like
scum.
heroin overdose. She was dead.
I'm gonna
I
be the
think
McCarthy. I'm gonna be the
It was,
McCarthy.
they were dead. I think when that happens,
Yeah, substance. It's a saying of speech. Like
You lost
there's a
it.
literal
But
figure
see,
of speech.
Debbie,
Like there's nothing going on.
Demi's done the famously California sober thing too. Remember?
Yeah.
Like I have all of this problem with addiction
Like-
and self harm and data,
You
but
gotta
I can
expect
still,
that she ain't
I
gonna
can
have
drink
everything
wine.
going on up there.
I can drink wine and smoke weed. That's
Right.
fine.
Well,
How do you say
It's
dumb
legal.
fucking extraterrestrial?
That's a great question.
Demi Lovato. That's how you say it.
Demi
Demi.
Lovato. Dumb fuck.
No, we don't need to piss. We don't need to piss Demi
Alleged.
fans off. 'Cause
Yes,
they
we
are
do.
sa-
Are you
They
kidding?
are
Now
savage.
what?
They will come and fuck
Fuck
us up.
Demi.
They're
Oh,
minimal.
I will bend over and they can all have a go at kissing my ass.
Ace, that is exactly it. Put it back up, Luke. Maybe this is why we don't hear from the alien.
Listen, I don't wish nothing bad on poor
No.
Demi. She cut her hair, decided she's a lesbian or a fucking man. Now I don't know what she's doing, but good luck to her. I'm just saying.
They decided they were Justin Bieber.
She's not though.
It looks
Guys-
like Justin Bieber.
She needs to
could
put
be the
down
show.
the frozen yogurt. You know what I'm
This
saying?
could be the show. We always wonder which one it's going to be that gets cancelled. This could be the one.
I say that with love.
This could be the
Good
one.
luck,
Sorry,
and
if
send me a
it's-
check.
All
Oh
right.
my God, Demi needs to gag me with a spoon shirt.
Demi,
No,
no,
where did you get that?
I say that with love.
Demi will kill us all.
This could be the one that shuts them down.
Probably.
Our store at Redbubble.
Speaking of people who like to kill people, Lucy Letty, Countess
segue.
Chester has entered a not guilty plea of the charges of murdering
Bro,
babies,
too
8
soon.
babies, and the murder of additional
Too
10
soon.
infants in her care. What the actual fuck?
She was
you
What
busy.
is happening?
one baby's
Why?
too many, but when you get into 2, 3, 4, like
Yep.
somebody's fucking up, right?
How did she
I
get to
think
10 and nobody
did
fucking
her-
noticed?
I think
Yeah.
I want to
Say,
talk
how
about
did
this
her-
in seriousness, and I think Vera should comment on it too.
How did her nurse manager not notice a pattern?
Burn in hell.
You know, I mean, come on, kids. We live
Burn
in a very
in hell.
regulated world. Nurses live in a very regulated world. How did she get to 11?
We do, Vera, but we also
Right.
have a lot of power. Like, you
After
know,
2, I'd be fucking concerned.
she's like one of
Yeah.
those angels of death, and it's like it's happened
exactly
time
what I was
and
about to
time
say.
again, where like you've had these nurses, like where there was that nurse years back, like we're talking 20 years ago, that was booting up like old people with adrenaline to put them into cardiac arrest,
arrest.
so that
There
she
was
could
a nurse
save
that was
them
killing
and be the
AIDS
big
patients.
hero. Like
Yeah.
this has been happening time and time again, and I
She
think
must
it's
know
really
Demi.
sad that these psychopaths, but there's psychopaths everywhere in life, guys.
Yeah.
But I
serial
think it's
killers.
just so sad that they're attracted to these positions of trust where they can get away with this shit.
Serial killers exist in every walk of life. We can't say that nurses have a
Fucking
higher
weird.
density, but I can't believe in the highly regulated world that you and I walk in that she got away with this.
How did the babies die? Because I don't know nothing about this.
I wasn't sure. It wasn't
They
clear
didn't
from
give
the
those
article.
details.
Yeah.
Well,
It hasn't.
isn't that
There's not a lot of. I think because it's currently still like
Literally.
It's in trial,
Litigated.
and it's
in
about
trial
babies
that we're not
too.
going to know. We're not going to know
Like,
a lot at the moment.
I'd
but-
imagine
But-
that she's used some kind of
Drug.
medication on them,
Yeah.
like could be insulin. That was what the one in UK did that time, was
Yeah.
booting babies up with insulin. So
Heparin,
who
I've
knows?
heard of.
I don't want to know the details, man. That shit's disgusting.
Well,
I've
I
heard
feel
of
like
nurses
those
killing people with heparin.
the details are relevant because then it also brings into question what were the people around her doing
That's
that
my
nobody
question. Yeah.
noticed after the second or third baby
Yeah.
died of the same thing while she's on watch. Somebody else needs to get charged. You know what I mean? Like I feel like we
Oh,
need
yeah,
to
I
know the
remember
whole story.
The
You know what happens to me if I accidentally jab myself with somebody else's needle? The paperwork that I have to fill out takes at least 2 hours. You know? It's like, how can some child die on her watch and nobody
not giving a fuck.
Yeah.
What country did it happen in?
UK.
UK.
Yeah. So look,
Facts.
as we were just talking about,
Seriously.
sometimes you don't want to know the details, but sometimes the details really do matter. We're going to stay serious because it's the anniversary of Matthew Shepard's death as well. That was in 1998. My God. I have the serious question
UK.
whether kids today even know who Matthew Shepard is.
They do it nighttime. My sister does youth theater and she
Full
directs
disclosure,
Laramie
like,
Project.
I
all
Yeah,
the
genuinely
time.
actually,
no
let's go
idea who that is.
Heidi.
Yeah, full disclosure, I genuinely have no idea who that is. I was 6 at the time. So just reading that quickly then, I figured out I was 6. And
would anyone like to enlighten Heidi on what happened to poor Matthew
I'll
Shepard?
talk about it.
Well, Matthew
go, Vera.
Yeah.
He was a young gay man living in Montana, I believe it was the state.
Wyoming.
And he was out, which was very rare in those days. And he lived his life out loud. He was not going to apologize to anybody. He was out at his local bar. 2 gentlemen kind of followed him into the bathroom and propositioned him and talked him into going home with them for a good time. They took him out into the middle of nowhere. They tied him to a fence.
Wyoming.
And they beat him. They beat him and left him to die out there in the middle of nowhere. He was found the next day by a gentleman on a bicycle who thought it was a Halloween decoration, and it was a scarecrow. And then he got close and realized it was a human being. He lived for 2 days after, but he never came out of the coma. It's made into a very beautiful play called The Laramie Project. My sister is very involved in youth theater, and she does a production of The Laramie Project. She did one every year up until COVID. So it's something that's known to a lot of people in my area, even though we're nowhere near Wyoming.
I think it's definitely something that everyone should. I think it's something, without getting too serious, we're getting very serious on today's show, but it is a story that deserves repeating constantly. You know, because it is not that long ago.
Young LGBTQ people don't realize the history, or they know of the history, but I just think it's so crazy now that we have all of this political correctness and people getting so offended over things, and like when really we've moved past all of this actual terrible stuff where we should be just embracing each other now and being kind to each other, because even I've seen, as from a young gay man to now, the change in the gay community and how they interact with each other, and I don't think all of it is for the better.
It's not over. You know, there's still trans black women dying at an alarming rate.
I feel like gay culture is very Mean Girl.
Oh,
right?
God, yes.
Like
Oh, God,
all
yes.
of it. So that was the thing too. I didn't even get to talk to Press about was. I don't know about y'all, but the clubs I went to, like, it was a very Mean Girl culture. If you were different, if you were ugly, if you were fat, like, you know what I mean? Like, it wasn't a great place. Like, it was for people that fit in, and if you didn't fit in, it wasn't fun.
Well,
but I think
Matthew was not part of that. He wasn't in a club. He was in a local bar.
Exactly, and I think
bar.
I think the thing with Matthew Shepard is it's not necessarily reflective of gay culture. It's reflective of how much hate there is in the world, that someone could do that to essentially someone's child, someone's son, someone's best friend, someone's anything, and that it took something like that for the world to notice, and that it wasn't a good thing. But I don't know that we say that name enough. We think, oh, that's in the past, but it's not, because there's still hate crimes towards every different section of society.
Well,
right?
Stonewall, I mean, I know that I'm the dinosaur on this panel, but Stonewall happened in my lifetime. You know, it's not ancient history. It happened in my lifetime.
Exactly. Brooke?
One of the saddest things about his story is that was reported around the time was the fact that because he was there for 2 days, his face was covered in blood, and the only spots that were not were the tear tracks, and that's what got me. That fact will always stick with me. It's sad.
Yeah.
Definitely something that we shouldn't forget. And this is like, people are just all around fucking crazy these days anyway. Did anyone see these crazy fucking people in Australia doing road rage?
Yes, Australia!
My God. It is ridiculous.
Loved it.
I always thought that the U.S. was the craziest place on earth, but I think we now have a twin.
Yeah.
No,
Oh,
Luke actually posted this story.
Yeah, I
would-
could not see the Jurassic Park attack when this bitch was ripping the car apart.
Tell
I'm
them
like,
what
wait,
happened.
oh,
Tell people what happened. Tell people what happened.
Okay,
Yo, what's going on in Australia, dude?
there was a young couple
What
driving
the
in
fuck's
a
going
car
on over there?
with their 10-month-old in the back, and there was this older woman in the other car with her 25
might go to Australia.
learning to drive. Anyway, there was an altercation on the
Poor
motorway.
accent.
The couple pulled off with the baby, and this car followed them, blocked them in, got out of the car, and attacked them in their, smashed their window.
What?
The guy got his head punched in. They tried to grab their 10-month-old baby from out of the back of the car.
What the hell?
It was
Like
crazy.
crazy.
She got like dingo
crazy.
descendants or something.
She lift that car up with her hand.
But the best part of it,
Normal Tuesday.
She grabbed the revision mirror and snapped it off, and the best part was old mate was like, "Fuck this," reverse, and just rammed into the back of their car. I was like, "Fuck you!" I would have hit her. I would have hit her with my car.
Now, see, why
Fucking
are we showing
wild.
this video?
Because it keeps disappearing. Because I think there's a lawsuit happening, so it keeps disappearing on
Crazy.
social media. So we never know. You never know.
Luke, I know that was a traumatizing experience for you, babe, but you're the only one.
No. This was my traumatizing experience.
I would have hit her too. I'd have rammed that bitch the fuck down.
Dillon, you're on like a 30-second
Yeah,
delay. Bitch.
Dylan's got
Yes.
like a 5-minute delay.
We moved on.
It's the herbal tea he's drinking.
Dylan's on the
What's
delay.
in the leaves there, buddy?
They ain't doing enough work. That should be all over Instagram.
I live. The delay's killing me. The delay
That's
is
amazing.
killing me.
Okay, tell me you got something fucking funny, because if we do another serious topic, I'm leaving.
I was about to just talk about
Oh, do another serious one.
do another serious. Don't. We can't joke about magpies. The baby died.
I don't know what's going on with my fucking camera.
Did the magpie get your baby, bitch?
Hold on.
You can't joke about it, Jeffrey.
Fucking
I
hate
just
the
did.
It only just happened.
All right, am I not delayed anymore, or am I still delayed?
No, guys,
Poor
I'm
Dylan.
trying to distract.
Yeah,
How do we
seriously.
feel about the How do we feel about the Super Bowl lineup?
I don't care.
Yeah.
Look at Eminem.
Don't care.
That doesn't even look like Eminem.
It's because he's got dark hair, man. He's eating so much of my spaghetti.
That's
Eminem looks like
He's been pigmented.
Eminem looks
behind
like he's
Eminem.
Why is there an egg on my screen?
I did. Oh, broken.
Really? What was that thing?
Why is there an egg on the screen?
Uh-oh. Somebody says we need to check the TikTok account. What's going on? Over there?
Why? What's happening on TikTok? Oh, it's Todd Farmer.
Video
Right?
of Todd Farmer. Yeah.
We posted a video
I've
of
actually
Todd
got
doing.
that video. I think we should just see it.
Yeah, we had an interview with Todd Farmer
Oh.
recently. Have you got it there, Luke?
I absolutely do. But let's keep talking.
We
as
got
it
down to
uploads.
business with Todd Farmer. You can load it up now while I'm talking. And
I am.
yeah, we discussed his
what?
2019
windmilling?
movie trip. Yes, we're going to talk about it. So Todd is a little bit notorious for making cameos in his own movies, and this one is from Drive Angry, I believe.
Yeah, starring
Yes.
Nicolas Cage.
Ooh,
Sorry,
Mr.
Nicolas Cage.
Farmer.
It's just taking its time. Sorry,
It's taking
there's
its
a
time
little
loading.
spin
But
in
anyway,
it. Doing this. There we go. It's
Todd,
there.
yeah, Todd shares his experience on screen.
Oops.
Oh boy.
I don't.
Are you
We're
hitting
just.
TV or is it-
Okay.
I'm doing it. I
They
thought you were
they
doing it.
They
No.
freaking badgered me into dropping the sheet, so I dropped it, and nobody knew I was going to drop it. and then as I'm dropping it, I'm sort of bouncing around, and then my dick was helicoptering, and so apparently when your dick helicopters, it like pulls attention away from the drama, and it's just all on the dick. Because I mean, how many times do you do this when you're naked? You just don't. Well, I mean, you do that flap thing.
Well-
you flap it back and forth, but you don't.
It brings a new theme, new like meaning to the word drive angry. Like, true.
By the way, other guests talk about their dicks helicoptering. I'm not the first.
Yeah, totally.
Take your dick out, spin it like a helicopter. Bitch, I love it. He's got to have some good quarters if he can helicopter his
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why didn't you guys?
It made me want to see the movie.
He took
We
a
did-
picture.
He took a picture.
You
Where do
gotta
we
go on
actually
the
see
website,
that?
kid.
Where do we see that picture one day?
He was
It's
going
another
to text
story.
it to Katie McCarthy.
I
That's-
am texting him right now.
That might be why he's not. Why Katie's not on the show. She might be wiped out.
Dude, she's probably all dry.
She wiped out. She's blown herself
Katie's
right
gonna
out.
go on some IV fluids.
Oh, all right. Well, speaking of IV
I'm
fluids,
sick.
we'll go to our resident nurse. We're ready for a section that we like to call Vera Vet. Okay, are we ready, Miss Vera? She's
We're
going.
ready.
She's toasty. 3, 2, 1, vet.
I changed this event just an hour ago because I had heard about Whoopi's day today with Barbara Corcoran and the fat shaming incident. And I want to stop calling it fat shaming. Let's call it what it is. It's weight discrimination. Now, I'm all for the fat jokes. Okay, I've heard them. I've made them. You know, I do say that everything's funny. But let's get real about weight. It always starts with, it's about the health. Well, you know what? Skinny people die all the time. It's about 3 things. It's about cholesterol, blood pressure, and blood sugar. And those 3 things can occur in thin people too. And that's why they die. You know, that's why fat people die. That's why thin people die. But everybody's ready to go, you're dying because you're fat. Guess what? There was a time in my life when I worked out 5 hours a day. My blood pressure was 90/50. I was in great shape, and I still weighed 90 kilograms or 200 pounds. Okay? But that, the result of living on diet soda and cigarettes, I developed osteoporosis and couldn't walk for several years of my life. But the reality is that this weight discrimination, especially in children, has a lot of negative impact. It doesn't motivate anybody to lose weight. It creates low self-esteem. It creates self-loathing and depression, and it also causes overeating. And it's not the person. Yes, we could all put down the fork and make different decisions, but that's not the only reason this country is drowning in obesity. And we're exporting it all over the world. It's big food. We are glutting the market with frankenfoods like refined carbohydrates and high fructose corn syrup that are known to work on the dopamine and serotonin receptors in the brain and create perpetual hunger. So let's not keep fat shaming. If we're not punching down against the LGBTQ, we need to stop punching down against fat people too. We're all in this together. The bottom line that Dave Chappelle said and that I've been saying, you got to be kind. You know, you don't have to understand what makes another person live. You don't have to understand why they're fat. You just have to accept that they're on a journey and they're moving forward at the best they can. Quit punching down.
Listen, bitch, you know what?
I
If
know
somebody
you're
wants
fat
to
shaming.
motivate me, call me motherfucking Jenny Craig, okay? They could pay me $7 million like they pay Curcielli. Watch how fast my fat ass gets skinny, all right?
And look at
Tomorrow.
how 80% of the people that lose substantial weight gain it back within 12 months.
I've done it plenty of times.
Yes, because you've altered the serotonin and dopamine receptors in the brain.
$7 million.
It's called the
I might
holidays,
try
right?
a little.
It's called quarantine.
Whether it's the
Yeah,
holidays,
that's
whether
right,
it's
Kitty.
Tuesday.
I had a funny pop-up for you during that, Vera, but I couldn't do it just due to the content of it all. But it was this.
No, Vera's already said there will be no nookie during COVID.
I thought we were over COVID though. What can't you just ask for a vaccination card at the door?
Vera needs the vaccination check.
Yeah, vaccination check.
All right, to close out this week's show, of course, we have a nice little What the Fuck Weekly. What the? So, guys, I don't know if you've seen this story, but I had to have a chuckle and then go, ouch. A grandmother, who is 46, by the way, and her best friend have broken their legs on a water slide. Claire Vickers, 46, and Barry Douglas, 44, remained stuck in the flume ride for 2 hours with fractured shins and shattered feet when they were rescued. So they thought it was a great idea because they stuck into a water park and they thought it would be a great idea to go down together. After they went down, however, they realized there was a problem. Just before they came out their bottom, their legs collided with a barrier that had been placed at the exit. Her right leg was completely broken, so her shin bone pushed out of her skin, and she shattered every bone in her left foot. Barry broke his left fibula and shattered both ankles.
Maybe they should have those fucking lights come up if you're too brittle to go down.
This is the thing.
Were they humping as they went down? Did they go down like on top of each other? Did they?
They snuck into the water park after it closed.
Fucking dumb fucks.
Is it a comma?
A bunch of dumb
But
fucks.
Katrina wants to know if they were fucking when they came down.
I don't think so.
I want to know, were there other bones popping out?
Could you imagine being stuck in a water slide for 2 hours with a shattered fibula
No.
and someone on top of you?
Oh, you fucking deserve this then. You fucking deserved it.
I don't know. So we're just gonna leave. We're gonna leave you with that horrific image. Speaking of horrific images, I'm going to put the call out again. We want your scary stories for Halloween. If something creepy or weird has happened to you, a friend or family member, share your stories with us, either video, audio, or email via myuncensoredradio@gmail.com. I read one the other day, and holy shit is all I'm going to say. It's like, oh, okay. I can't wait to read that one on air because people are going to be like, what? It'll be amazing. Make sure you check us out next week for Perez Hilton on Tuesday. Thanks everyone for joining us. Kitty, it's so great to have you.
Thanks.
Hopefully we'll see Kitty, or we are going to see Kitty soon because we've played a very naughty game of have you ever, haven't we, guys?
Oh yes, never have I ever.
We have played Never Have I Ever, so there is a what happened was Never Have I Ever special coming soon.
Let's go.
Literally coming soon.
Oh wow! No,
all right, guys, keep it clean, and we will see you all later. Bye. See you, Rudy. What are you doing? Luke, follow us on social media. Is what I'm trying to say. Fucking hell. Well, we're out. Bye, fuckers.
Oh my fucking god!
What the fuck is that delay? Dylan's gonna realize what yesterday. Oh my god.